Hi and welcome to my channel. So today I'm bringing you another Project Life spread. This is one of my Project Life spreads from April, and for this I'm using the Citrus Twist June kit. So I've got to the point where I just have a look through my kits now and find out which one works the best for colouring. This one I definitely wanted some red, which is why I chose this kit. So I've got a nice red paper, and then what I've decided to do is actually cut the top off a 3x4 card. Because of the orientation of my page protector, I decided to chop the weekend out of the 3x4 cards because otherwise I'm going to be swimming in 3x4 cards, so I may as well use some elements of it as well. So I've cut out this red weekend strip, and then I'm going to have a go through my die cuts and see if I can find anything else that works really well. So I did like this strip that also brought in an element of blue, which I have a lot of blue and red in my photos, and I end up bringing that down onto the bottom photo, which I think works really well. Though the photo will move about, it will still be on that actual photograph itself. So yeah, really this spread came together quite quickly, really, in the long run. I think because it's also very photo heavy, so I do have a lot of photos from this weekend, as you will see in my upcoming videos, that there's quite a bit of London. So maybe you'll see me using this kit again. I haven't done the next spread. I'm going to be doing it after this voiceover, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, so what I'm really trying to do is use some of the die cuts to give the different elements across the page, make sure that I'm keeping that red and that blue and stuff all over the place. So on these two little pictures of the London Eye and the Tower Bridge, I am going to bring in that little blue label, and then I will end up bringing in this little tab that just says details, just because there's quite a bit of black on this page as well, just to bring those elements across. So a lot of the stuff that you see me doing now is ending up what will stay on the page, which is why I think it was quite quick. Though of course I still have to do my usual messing about and figuring out what it is that I want where, and sometimes if I do it so quick I actually question myself and wonder whether it's too quick and actually I want something else because I made the decision too quick. So I'm going for my stamping, trying to work out what it is, because I need to get that on there because I haven't got much space. And the stamp that I was thinking of using from this month's kit was a bit too long for the tag. With me cutting a little bit of the label off where the number 3 is, it would have stretched over and started touching my husband's head. So I pulled out another stamp set from my stash. I'm pretty sure this is a Citrus Twist one, and I will end up using one of those. I also had a look through the word stickers and stuff that we do get, the wooden words, I can't even speak, wood effect word strips, and there is a perfect one in there that says on the tube, and due to the fact that one of the pictures there of my kids is on the tube in London, I thought this is the ideal time to get that used, so it was definitely a good kit to pick. So for the stamp, I've just got Been There and using that as my stamping element on this spread. Apart from that, I don't do any other stamping. So I will get this little time to unwind tag up, and I do want to of course put some actual twine on that as well while I've got the space to, and that's of the kids on the train on the way down to London. And I did use a couple of little foam hexagons that I have from Stampin' Up on these. I don't use foam very often on my Project Life spreads, though I do find if I'm going to get away with it, I do use this Stampin' Up because it is a little bit thinner. I'm going to also pop down one of those little wooden arrows, which will help tie in the little wooden words, wood effect word strips that I will end up pulling in as time goes on as well. So I'm at the point where I can start sticking down elements, because with not having much space to play with, I do tend to find that most stuff is going to be staying there. I'm going to pop in that little tag that says the details because I like the way that brings in the pop of black. And other than that, all I really do is add a few little hearts and little word stickers, and I will of course bring my stitching into this as well, because that needs to be done. So I'm just going to pop in these hearts and things because I want to make sure that when I do my journaling writing on that little tag, that the heart has a space rather than looking as though I've plonked it on there afterwards and it looking a little bit lost. So this is where I brought in that little word strip saying on the tube, and I did trim that down, just took a bit off the top and the bottom so it wasn't as fat, and I will end up popping that on the bottom of that label. And as you can see, even while I scrapping, I end up being on the phone. So it's a good job that I do these voiceovers afterwards, isn't it? So I'm going to have a look through now that I've got one of those word stickers on and see if I can find any more. And I do pop going for a drive up in the top corner, and again I'll cut that down. I'll also put a little flag piece in that one as well. And I also put on time to unwind, I put chill. My camera died, so I had to change the battery, which is where that one disappeared to. So I'm going to add in my journaling, and I'm going to go round my cards in my black pen. Well, my card, because there is only one, because I do like that continuity. And it's just saying off for a weekend in London, it's marathon time. So my sister-in-law did run the London Marathon, which is why we went down. And you will see those pictures in an upcoming spread, because as I say, I have a few from this weekend. So now to bring in my sewing machine. Now I did do quite a bit of stitching on this one, which is why I'm not subjecting you to all of my stitching. But what I did on the strip with the dates is I did actually stitch April, and I stitched underneath the dates. So I sort of underlined the dates and the days of the week. So that brought a nice little element in. I popped a little bit on this card just to tie the label on, and then I stitched underneath Been There up in the top left hand card as well. But I've got some close-ups coming up. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them and I'll get back to you. But thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.